What's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday was a regression day, meaning that we lost. We had 3 winners and 5 losses. So the overall picture was a losing day. We gave back pretty much what the perfect day had given us. So it's again a regression day in sports betting. If you don't know how to lose and you don't accept the losses, then you can never win. This is just part of the game. Also, on top of that, just so you know, the best people that do this for a living forever, that have been doing this for a long time, they're hitting at literally at a 53% hit rate. And what that means, they're losing 47% of the time. If you can't take one loss, you really should not be doing this, especially one full day that you take a loss and you beat yourself up over it or whatever. In the comments, I saw how much the haters were coming out and laughing and all this stuff. Where were these people when we were making all this money? Stay focused, and let me show you exactly what happened yesterday. There was a few games that I'm looking at, which was the Athletics, the Marlins. Those are pretty much the strongest ones. Also the Rays, but I'm going to skip pretty much all of those games. I'm going to break down 2 of them, why I'm skipping them, and I'm going to give you 2 plays in this video. So yesterday I gave away as a play, I gave away the Phillies. I talked about 4 other plays, and I'm going to explain exactly what happened. I'm not going to spend too much time into this. We don't have to dwell on it. It's just basically go back and look at what happened. So basically these dudes, the Royals, they bounced back crazy. They were on a losing streak. They ended up coming back and winning 15-1. So it was an embarrassing loss for the Phillies. However, if we go back into the game and we look, you can see this dude, Trey Turner, got 3 hits, 1 hit, 1 hit, 2 hits, 1 hit, 1 hit. Then they walked all these guys over here. So total, they did get on base 17 different times. They just could not capitalize on it. On top of that, the KC came out and they ended up scoring 6 runs in the first inning. And then the Phillies never recovered from that. And then the Royals kept scoring. In every single inning, they scored at least 1 run. So these guys just demolished them. And it happens. It is what it is. Everything pointed towards the Phillies. I showed you the insights. Everything pointed that the Phillies should have won this game. They did not, and we move on. Here's the 3 winners, guys. It was the three-leg parlay on the under stolen bases. We had an under, no run first inning on the Cardinals and the Brewers, and then the Rays and the Yankees, no run first inning. So this is just the type of day it was. I also took the Astros at a plus money. What I could have done, and I even talked about it, I could have done the plus 1.5, and that would have won. However, I trusted that I trusted a lot of stuff there. On the underdog, it was a coin flip. I explained this, and they ended up losing by 1 run. I also took the Brewers and the Cardinals. They were supposed to go 7.5 on the over, meaning if they would have hit 1 more run, it would have won bet. There was another game, I didn't screenshot it, but again, 3 games, they lost by 1 run. So it was super close on 3 different games. Otherwise, it would have been a profitable day, regardless of what happened with the Phillies. So again, guys, the overall picture on the last 6 days, this is the overall picture, is the last 6 days is a 12-3 run on the free picks. So it's been profitable overall in the last 6 days. And in the VIP, it was a regression day. We had been on an extremely hot heater, and now it's a losing day as of yesterday. All right, so I'm going to get right into it. We're going to use the Sharp Edge tool, just like we always do. People were talking shit yesterday, too, saying all this research just to lose. It is what it is. I've shown all the wins. I show the losers. I don't shy away from it. It just happens. It is what it is. So we move on. There's 2 games today for the Brewers and the Cardinals. It's a double header. I'm not touching either one of those games. We just scroll down here. We're looking at the Sharp Line Monitor, which is inside the Sharp Edge tool. Right here, it shows you where the line is shifting to. So the only one that's actually looking like it was, well, now it's even moving in the opposite direction. So earlier today, the Athletics, that was one of the reasons I was even looking at it, is because the line was shifting in their favor. Now you can see it's actually going in reversed. It's actually going away from them now. That's another reason, too, that I was going to stay away, is because the Tigers have Scooball out there today on the mound, and he's one of the top ace pitchers right now. So, again, I'm skipping this game. I'm not even going to go deeper than this. The line shifted in the reverse favor. I was going to go deeper and explain why I was going to skip it, but that's enough right here just to say the line is now going in the reversed favor. So it was going down. Now it's going back up. And what that means is it's going against them. And here's what I mean. This is one of the other reasons I was going to say is the Athletics. They only had two. The line was shifting in their favor 13 cents, and now it's going in the opposite direction. There's too many contradictions in this game, so I'm staying away. Now, the one that did stand out to me is the Marlins. As you can see right there, everything is aligned in their favor, even the number 2 position versus the number 28 position. And what this means is the OPS, on base percentage, Miami demolishes them. Seattle is literally the 3rd worst. Miami is the 2nd best. So even though everything is aligning, the line is actually shifting from underdog to favorite. Then it went back to underdog, and now it's kind of stuck right here at a 113 to a 115. There's other contradictions in this game. You might want to take a look at it if you want. If we go to the sharp plays, you can see the confidence levels of 7.5 out of 10. And then the guy kind of gives you the breakdown. The Mayor is a 1.84 ERA versus Wu, which is a 5.9 ERA. The largest starting pitcher mismatch. And I already showed you the bats. The bats are number 2 for Miami and number 28 for Seattle Mariners. So this is a very strong lean. The only thing I didn't like is that the line movement, like I mentioned, is like a 113 is currently at a 115. Even though they have 64% of the money, 64% of the bets, 84% of the money, the line is still stuck right there. And I don't like to see that, because that means that the sharp money is not there, because the line is still stuck right there. So that's one of the major things I don't like. Everything else kind of matches. Everything else is kind of looking like the Miami Marlins should win. You can see Max Meyer has a decent record, actually excellent record, 9 wins, 1 loss, 2.53 ERA. He's considered an ace dominant pitcher versus a very weak Brian Wu over here. He's only started 5 games. Very bad ERA overall. The bullpen does suck for Miami compared to the Mariners, but that shouldn't matter much with the OPS being. So I just realized I wasn't showing my screen. But anyways, let me just quickly recap what I just said. Number 2, Miami. Number 28, Seattle. A bullpen is better for Seattle. Max Meyer is much better overall in general. And then everything else is pointing towards the Marlins. However, because the line is not shifting dramatically and everything else is pointing in their favor, you might want to consider either doing a half a unit on this, or just consider it that it's a risk, because it's a coin flip when the line doesn't shift in their favor like that. So take that for what it is. Now, if we go into the projections for today, you can see right there, the Marlins are supposed to win. The Pirates are supposed to win. They do have their ace pitcher out there. The Rays is supposed to win. The Twins is supposed to win. The Brewers is supposed to win the 2nd game. The Rangers, the Diamondbacks, the Giants, and the Dodgers. Now, one of the major reasons I'm staying away from this Yankees game, yesterday I told you that they should win this game. It was a good bounce back spot. I explained all that, but I told you I was going to stay away from them, and I did. And then I regret it because they ended up winning. But I actually don't take risks like that, because everything was pointing one way. I gave you the reason and why they should win, but there was too many contradictions, and that's the reason I stayed away. So even if they did win, it was not worth the risk. So I actually don't regret it. It was something that didn't make sense. I shouldn't say that. It did make sense, but there was too many contradictions, and that's the reason I stayed away. Today is a little bit different. They don't have the ace pitcher out there. It's not a great bounce back spot. On top of that, you got the only thing that does suck. I was actually looking on the Rays side, because it's moving in the favor of the Rays. And even though this is what's crazy, if you take a screenshot here, the top teams right now, the top number 1 team is the Rays. And then you go over here, one of the worst teams is the Yankees. I've explained all this in yesterday's video. I actually talked about this deeply. So if you want to go look at how good how good the Rays are versus the Yankees, all you have to do is take a screenshot and take a look and read this. I'm not going to do that here, but it does say that the Rays should be winning this game. The only thing that is making me not do it is this guy here, Ian Zimor. And this dude right here has only played about 4 games. And his FIP right here is very low, not good. And the ERA is not good. On top of that, Will Warren is very good as well. So again, we are in a big contradiction. The last thing I'll mention here about the Yankees, even though they suck right now, and they did win yesterday though, is they're on a very bad streak right now. On top of that, they've seen this guy Seymour, and you can see his batting averages right here overall for all of these batters are somewhat decent versus this pitcher. So those are the reasons I'm staying away from this game, even though it came up as a strong lean towards the Rays. And it's literally one of the worst teams with the Yankees versus one of the best teams with the Rays. I'm going to give you guys the yes run first inning and a no run first inning. So both of these plays are a prop inside the first inning. If they're going to score a run, yes, or no score run, no. So I'm going to go through this very, very quickly. I'm not going to explain in crazy detail because that'll take another 5 to 10 minutes. I'm just going to give you the play. I'm going to show you what it looks like. You could take a screenshot, do your own research. I'm going to show you what you're looking at. It's going to be a no run first inning, and there's going to be a yes run first inning. So you have to pay attention to those because one of them is that saying that they're not going to score in the first inning, and the other one is saying yes, they're going to score in the first inning. I'm going to put it very clearly that normally I do not do the yes run first inning. I always look at the no run first inning. However, this one's too strong to pass up, and I'm going to show you why. So the first one right here is going to be the no run first inning. Okay, the only thing that's kind of worrisome right here is that this dude has a FIP of 5.42, which is not good. However, if you look at his numbers, he's pretty much at 60, 70%, or I'm sorry, between 70 and 80%. And then you got Paul Skeens, which is one of the better pitchers overall. He's got a great ERA, and then the FIP is 3.02. Just look at all the green over here. That means that he's on fire, not allowing runs in the first inning. Now the offense for Atlanta is very weak, and the Pittsburgh is literally one of the worst. So two very bad offenses versus somewhat decent defense, and it's very good on top of that because of Paul Skeens. It makes it even stronger. So that's the reason I'm doing a no run first inning. Again, I'm not going to break down every single detail on this page, but it gives you a lot of information. So if you want to take a screenshot, if you want this access to this tool, go to the link in the description, click on Sharp Edge tool, and it gives you 7 days for free. So this is the one that I was going to give you as a yes run first inning. This one I will dig a little bit deeper into so you can understand. Right here, it's saying the FIP, and what this means is that the pitcher is not good. Even though his ERA is somewhat decent at a 4.09, look at this guy, 5.78. So both of these are very bad pitchers for the no run first inning. On top of that, this guy, he has had 3 games in a row where he's not allowing a run in the first inning. But if you look at the stats over here on this table on the right, you can see how bad it is. This is a 40% hit rate, 60% hit rate. Now these numbers are based on no run first inning. So it's saying right here that 60% of the time they have hit off of him, and 40% of the time they've hit off of this guy. So just look at this. All of this is red, meaning that it's good for us because we're looking at the yes run first inning. On top of that, if we go to the offense, they're somewhat decent at a 14, and then the Padres are actually number 1. 80% of the time, almost 80% of the time, the Padres get a run in the first inning. On top of that, Arizona in the last 3 games has gotten this 100% of the time. And then you stack all this stuff on top of that, which is very weak defense, very strong offense. And then we look deeper into each player versus this pitcher. So if we go in here, the plate appearances, the batting average versus this starter, this is a 3.04, 1.67, 1.67, and then a 300 and a 300 almost, or 258. So very good offense, very weak defense. And then just look at the numbers. It's all red, meaning that this should be flipped, which is yes, run first inning. So there it is, guys. Those are the 2 plays I'm giving you. You definitely want to consider the Marlins. I'm not sure if I'm going to take that one yet or not. After I'm done with this video, I'll go back and do a little bit of deeper research on that one. If you liked what you saw, then you should take it. For the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Padres, it's a yes run first inning, which is a prop. And then the Braves and the Pirates on the no run first inning. One of the teams is very good. Offense is horrible. Defense is great. So it is the Pirates and the Braves on the no run first inning. So last thing I'll mention here, guys, is if we get to 50 comments, we did not hit that yesterday. So I'm not going to give away the 1 week for free on the VIP, but you still have a chance. Even if you didn't win, we didn't win anything yesterday, it becomes part of the other one, which was for the 1 month. I'm giving away 1 month for free in the VIP. if you put in a comment, it's going to be a random chosen player, or I'm sorry, person. So again, if you want a chance to win 1 week free VIP, make sure you leave a comment. That'll also put you into the slot to win a 1 month free VIP. All you need to do is leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and share this if you can with other people that like to do this stuff. Thank you so much. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers.